The NFL trade deadline came and went, and the Texans, well, they made a pretty big move. They traded like some dude that they picked up from the waiver wire and traded him to Dallas for a 2022 seventh round pick. So, huge move, a franchise changing type move right there. No, but the Texans didn't really make any significant moves, and honestly, with the way the trade deadline kind of went, I am really, really glad that they didn't make any moves. For example, the Tennessee Titans traded a sixth round pick for a shutdown slot corner. A sixth round pick. The Packers were apparently offering a fourth round pick for Will Fuller, when last year a scrub like Mohamed Sanu went for a second round pick. So I am glad that the Texans didn't do anything for once. Like when the trade deadline was coming up, I was like, okay, the Texans gotta trade Stills, they gotta trade Watt, they gotta do this, they gotta do that. But looking at how all these players, for how much they went for, I think Everson Griffin went for like a sixth, like probably someone would have offered like at most a fourth for Watt, so yeah, no. I rather just stay put and, just let things play out with the new GM and the new head coach. Like, let them make the decisions, F Jack Easterby, don't let him make any decisions. Hold on to Will Fuller, because Will Fuller, in my opinion, is indeed worth a second round pick. I mean, Mohamed Sanu got traded for a second round pick, and the dude's a scrub. And I believe Emmanuel Sanders got traded for a third round pick last year. Fuller is younger than them and way better than them. So getting a fourth for Will Fuller? I mean, these people might have thought that Bill O'Brien was still in charge here, but nope. I mean, I'll give Jack Easterby his credit, man. He didn't get taken advantage of. He didn't. Now, obviously, Will Fuller was like the big one that everybody was talking about. Like, I feel like for like the past maybe 4-ish days, 3 days around there. Like, it's been known that the Packers have been targeting Will Fuller for, quite some time now, and the Texans, they stayed put, didn't trade him, and it's good because, Deshaun Watson losing his number one receiver, or two number one receivers in the span of 7 months. That's not good. So glad they kept Fuller, and apparently, like, there was some interest in some other Texans players as well, but I guess talks never got like too serious. Apparently, people called about Brandon Cooks as well. They called about Randall Cobb. They called about Kenny Stills. So pretty much all the Texans receivers that we're calling about, which, I mean, it makes sense because the Texans are loaded at wide receiver. Now, if there was one that I would have traded, it would have been Kenny Stills. Kenny Stills is currently buried on the depth chart at wide receiver 4. And I mean, Kenny Stills is not a scrub. He's very good, but Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks are just better. So, and as far as Randall Cobb goes, I don't think it would have made sense to trade him because he's like Watson's little safety blanket. Like, him and Watson are finally starting to get in sync. And, with Brandon Cooks as well, like, you can't trade Brandon Cooks because, like, what if you can't re-sign Will Fuller, So you need that little insurance. So, like, in case, you can't re-sign Will, then you still have Brandon Cooks. And obviously, you can't trade Will Fuller because they were lowballing the Texans, and he's our best receiver and Watson's favorite target, and, just a beautiful individual as well. So, in my opinion, the only receiver that you could have or should have traded would be Kenny Stills. But he's still here, so the Texans are still 4 deep at wide receiver. So, yeah, I think that's pretty good. And apparently the Texans also got some offers for Mr. Darren Fells as well. I mean, I would have traded Darren Fells for, like, anything, man. Like, literally anything. Like, he's old. He's not anything special. He's not doing anything great. He was initially brought in here to be a good blocker, but this season he's been really bad at blocking. So, I mean, you could have gotten like a 6th round pick, 7th round pick for him. Like, why not? You should have done it. Another guy the Texans were apparently getting offers for was Jacob Martin, according to Patrick Storm, I believe it was. And I am really, really glad that they didn't trade Jacob Martin, because I do feel like Jacob Martin is or can be like a centerpiece piece to this team on defense for the foreseeable future. I think if the Texans were smart, they would play him way more than a guy like Brendan Scarlett or Whitney Merciless, and he'd be out there performing. So I don't think that the Texans should have traded Jacob Martin, and I'm really, really, really glad that they didn't, because Jacob's gonna be a stud. Now, the other guy, I think this is like the last one, unless I missed someone else, but I don't recall anyone else calling for anyone else besides this next player, which is Whitney Merciless. And I'm really, 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 really disappointed that the Texans didn't trade Whitney Merciless. But also, according to Patrick Storm, like, it wasn't like any serious discussions. Like, it was just teams kind of poking around, trying to, just check around type of thing. But I really would have loved if the Texans traded Whitney Merciless. And honestly, I think I've said this before in like previous videos as well. I would take a 2038 7th round pick for Whitney Merciless. I really would. Like, just simply get that contract out of here. Like, you trade Whitney Merciless, you free up, like, just off the top of my head, like around 13 mil a year. That 13 mil a year can go for a guy like a Bud Dupree or something. Like, Bud Dupree, he isn't like flashy or anything. He isn't great, but he's got speed, and he can set the edge. Most importantly, set the edge. So, yeah, I'm extremely disappointed that the Texans didn't, push hard to trade Whitney Merciless. I mean, and like, no disrespect to Whitney, because like, he's a guy that's like, he's a good guy. He does everything right off the field, on the field. I mean, he used to be good, not anymore. He's a little bit older, but yeah, I think it just would have been smart to get anything in return to get that contract out of here, because it is god awful. But I mean, other than that, like, the Texans didn't make moves, obviously. Well, besides the D tackle that went to Dallas, but they didn't make any significant moves, and I like it. I do, because teams were really trying to, fleece people out here. And it could have also just been Jack Easterby trying not to mess anything up, so he could be like, oh yeah, you see those trades? Yeah, that was O'Brien. That wasn't me. Keep me around because I don't make dumb trades. So, yeah, it could have been just that, or maybe, Jack Easterby was actually smart. But, Jack Easterby, I will give you credit for not trading Will Fuller for a 4th round pick, because Will Fuller is worth way more than that. And, I'll give you credit, I guess. I guess I'll be nice for now. Oh, yeah, and before I forget, in case you guys are wondering, where has Sticky been since I haven't uploaded, like, maybe like 4 or 5 days? I decided to go on a little mini bye week with the Texans as well. I didn't upload on my second channel either. Felt like I needed a little break, because I felt like I was overworking myself with the live streams, like, almost every day, this channel and the other channel. So, now I'm back and ready to grind out the back half of the season, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys for today. Comment down below your opinions on the Texans trade deadline. Are you happy they didn't make any moves? Do you think they should have gotten rid of certain players? And yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.